Amazon is reportedly fast-tracking the next Bond film, targeting a 2027 release. According to an article published today, the next Bond film has been allocated a budget of £250 million, and they are assembling a writing team to try and get the script into shape as soon as possible. That's according to The Sun, at least. Yeah, I know, but there are some reasons that this could be true. Last month, many Bond fans were stunned when it was announced by Eon and Amazon that Eon would be taking a back seat once a deal had closed to hand over creative rights to Bond to Amazon. And although the deal hasn't closed yet, it is clear that Amazon is going to be in full control of Bond moving forward. That leaves a big question in the air. What happens to Bond when the old guard steps aside? I know. It's The Sun. They're not exactly renowned for being a reliable news source, but with No Time to Die, they correctly broke several stories. So I am inclined to give them a bit of leeway there. According to the story, they've been given a £250 million budget, and the aim is to get a Bond film on the big screen within 3 years. So they want filming on Bond 26 to be done by the end of next year. That's 2026. So the film can be out in 2027. Let's wait and see whether that happens. But it sounds reasonable. If I just taken over or was about to take over Bond, I would be pushing to move it as fast as possible. And they said 3 years there. Really, they are talking about about 2.5 years, which, okay, it sounds reasonable because even if they don't officially take control of Bond until May, June, or even later, they can at least do some work prior to that. They can get somebody who is going to take charge of the whole operation, and they can work on the script. At least they can kick around ideas, can't they? They don't need to hire a director. They don't need to hire a Bond until they have full control of it and they've gone through the whole process. But I think there is nothing that is in the article that I've seen that is a red flag to say that it isn't true. Although the article doesn't name any sources, it says that Bond bosses had already proposed broad plots and reboot ideas, although it doesn't make it clear whether it means the old Bond bosses or the Bond bosses to be. I suspect it means Amazon, but it's not exactly clear. And it says the writers' rooms are being assembled in the hope of recouping their investment as soon as possible. Obviously, they paid, was it $8.5 billion or something for MGM and another billion to Eon for the creative rights. So they have put their money down, that's for sure. But the article goes on to say, so far, no Bond actor, no director, and no confirmed script. I think that's all reasonable, because until they've got a script, or at least they've got an idea of what they want in the script, they're not going to get a director. With Eon, they do a script and then director and then hire a Bond actor. It's possible with Amazon, though, that they get a director to work on the script from the start. It's difficult to really know unless they actually make any announcements. So what can we expect next? I think that once the deal to take over creative rights is finalized, and that may be May, could be later though, we're likely to get an announcement about who is taking overall charge of Bond. And I really have no idea who that might be. After that, it's going to be writers, directors, and new Bond, but don't expect that to happen until 2026.